Welcome to the Hollywood Scholar. I'm Jed Morgan, and Amazon Prime has supposedly released the viewing figures for Amazon Prime's The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. Now, there's definitely some chicanery going on with these numbers, some manipulation going on that I'm definitely not okay with and will call Amazon out for. According to this tweet from the Prime Video and Lord of the Rings on Prime, it was viewed by 25 million global viewers. Now, that number is just too large for television these days, especially streaming. That is to an unbelievable degree. Now, it would be understandable and would make sense if it were both episodes combined, but that is manipulation. It's not the premiere, it's the episodes combined, and that's manipulating the audience. That is inflating the numbers using artificial methods to trick people into thinking the show was a massive success. And I feel like that is just combating the whole supposed review bombing situation, which isn't the case. People just genuinely aren't liking the show. Even the people who aren't going with extreme 1-star reviews or 10-star reviews, because there might have been some 10-star, 5-star review bombing as well. But even the people who appear in the middle of that just generally don't think this is a good show. There's no way that this isn't to combat that so that they can just say, oh, it is a success no matter what. I definitely do believe without a doubt that it is the highest watched thing ever to premiere on Prime. I have no problem believing that, and a high number, if it was just half of this for the first episode, that is a completely believable number. Really impressive, incredibly impressive, but believable. And even at half of that number for the first episode would be roughly between 12 and 15 million viewers, depending on how it's weighted between episodes 1 and 2. Even with that number, it is still one of the highest premieres viewership wise in all history. And I will go into the comparisons of the other biggest premieres in history in a moment here. But even at half, even at just above half for the first episode, it's still one of the highest viewed episodes of all time, premiere-wise, and I have no problem believing that. That is completely within the realm of possibility that it is close, if not the highest watched premiere of all time. I can believe that. But that's still half of this number that they're supposedly releasing for the viewership of the first episode. That is complete manipulation and a complete lie, but I can totally believe it is at that level of half, which would make it one of the highest premieres of all time. This number is just too high, and we've got a little bit of clarification here from Screen Rant on it. It states that it broke all previous records at Amazon Prime, marking the biggest premiere in the history of Prime Video. That I 100% believe. I have no problem believing that. It's just 25 million is too large a number for current day television, especially when so many people said, hey, we're not going to hate watch it. We're not going to watch it. A lot of my normie friends didn't even know it was coming out despite the massive press releases that were going on with this. The promotional campaign for this was massive, but a lot of people I know didn't even know it was coming out. So, and I saw that online as well. A lot of people were like, oh, I guess it's coming out. I just don't believe this number. The hype was way more for House of the Dragon than it was for Lord of the Rings. I do not believe this number, but if it is both numbers, that is lying and manipulation done by Amazon that I will call out and I won't stand for in my little small way. It's just unbelievable. That number is too large to make any sense. And I just not surprised that they're trying to do some damage control after the whole review situation. People are genuinely disliking this show, and so by combining the numbers of both episodes, acting like it's one big thing, they can get away with saying it was a success, and that's manipulating the audience for their own benefit to make themselves look better. Now, that's just duplicating your numbers. A lot of those episode 2 viewers are the same as your episode 1 viewers, and I really hate when shows take the opportunity to release multiple episodes at once and then use that opportunity to manipulate the audience, because we've seen this before with the Kenobi premiere. They combine those numbers as well. It's a common thing to be done, and it's just cheap manipulation that anyone who looks into it more than a passing second can understand and figure out. But the Twitter weirdos out there, the people who like this show, will just take this as their banner and say, hey, we won. This show is good. People like this show. You're just man babies who live in your mother's basement. And that's just what they're always going to say to us, but that's not the truth. So many people are disliking this show from various backgrounds, from Tolkien fans to non-Tolkien fans. Just everyone, a lot of people don't like this show genuinely. And this manipulation of the audience to try to act like that's not the case is cheap. And it's rather pathetic, honestly, when you think about it. That number is just a clear lie. It is too large. If you look at the other top 10 TV shows that had the biggest series premieres ever, nothing comes even close. Game of Thrones, which was a smash hit very early on, only 2.2 million. The 100, I had no idea that would appear on here. The Arrow, that's impressive. The Flash, it's really impressive. Walking Dead, that makes sense, 5.5. Supernatural, 5.69. Not even coming close. House of the Dragon, which just came out, 9.98, and some say it's even up to 11 or 12 million. That's just really impressive. This was already smashing records by how large of a premiere it was. Stranger Things, 14 million, and then they do the million hours. I don't know how that transfers over into this, but we'll just go off Stranger Things. Stranger Things had one of the biggest openings premieres in history, and it's just over half. Just over half of what Rings of Power supposedly got. That's not real. So I'd be interested to see when the Samba TV viewing figures come out to gauge what it really was, how they divide up the 2-episode viewing figures, because I do believe easily that this is a combination of the first 2 episodes together. So with Samba, dividing that up, getting a clearer picture of what this actually looked like and see how it all plays out in the end. I'd be really interested to see if when these numbers change out and once Amazon lifts its review embargo, how things will change at Amazon, if they'll take this as criticism or if they'll keep manipulating it like they did with this press release here. And I think it's really just pathetic, honestly, that they're resorting to this cheap of a tactic to manipulate their audience into believing that this god-awful show was a success. And it's not going to work because so many people are disliking it genuinely, and I have to believe that the audience isn't as manipulatable as the weirdos on Twitter are, that they're going to see through this and see as the clear lie that it obviously is, because it's just not within the realm of possibility, especially considering the promotional campaign wasn't enough to get so many normies out there to even realize the show was coming out. But anyway, that's all I have for today. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Anon. If you like what I do here and want to see good, compelling stories that Hollywood will no longer give you, check out my book series, Odyssey of a Phoenix, a mythological epic about philosophy, morality, and modern-day mental illness issues. Books 1, Down in Flames, and Book 2, Apocalypse Then, currently on sale. Book 3, Kill the Dark, coming soon.